First, we're going to start off with a bare face. And we are going to take a concealer that's about 5 shades lighter than your skin tone, maybe even 10 shades lighter than my skin tone, to highlight the bottom and the top of your brow. Using this method will make your eyebrow application time take a lot longer. So I just want to show you kind of what not to do. Alright, let's take our Dipbrow from Anastasia Beverlyhills in chocolate and then fill in the empty space, which to me is kind of pointless, but let's just do it and see how it turns out. So just keep filling in the empty space. I'm using a straight angled brush and I'm just going to carve it out. And then I'm going to take a 217 blending brush by MAC Cosmetic and attempt to blend out all this product. You do not need all this product for your brows, guys. You should keep all the product that you're using on your brows. No need to go all the way on top of your forehead. So that was really hard to blend out. So I took another brush, a face brush, and I began to blend it out. So I'm using a face brush now to blend out all this concealer from my brows. That's a bit much. But it works for some people. No shade, no tea. Just not for me. Second eyebrow, no, that will make you work harder, not smarter. So let's start off this time by filling in our brows using the Dipbrow from Anastasia Beverlyhills in chocolate. That's just my product preference that I like to use. No matter what style of eyebrow I'm doing, I like to use that bad boy. And I'm using it with the same angled brush. So that straight line in the front of your eyebrows is a no-no. It'll actually make your eyebrows look a lot harsher. Just fill in your eyebrows, go in the direction that your actual hair grows in. And now I'm just brushing it out with a spoolie. And I brushed it out more than most people because it doesn't look that bad now. Anyways, so I'm going to take that light concealer again and highlight underneath my brows. So one thing that's already wrong here, guys, that concealer is way too light. You should only go about 2 shades lighter. And you should never take that same concealer and go on top of your brows. In some cases it works, but we're talking about an everyday brow, and you don't have to do that, guys. That is way too much product for your little tiny eyebrows. And now I'm going to attempt blending it out using a 217 blending brush. I mean, there is way too much product going on here, guys. You should not be on your forehead when doing your brows. Stick to the brow area because you want to work smarter, not harder. I mean, that is just too much highlight, guys. So now let's move on to how I do my eyebrows. First things first, I'm going to brush up my real eyebrows using a spoolie brush. Then I'm going to take my Dipbrow, that same angled brush, and just fill in my brow in the direction that my natural hair grows in. I also follow my natural brow bone. I do not create a new brow. I can either go thicker or thinner, but I'm always following my natural brow bone. Keep filling in that bad boy. I like thick brows, especially when I'm wearing big curly hair. I'm going to take my Anastasia brow powder, and it's the color chocolate I'm using. And did you see how that brow powder has 2 shades, a lighter shade and a darker shade? Well, I take that lighter shade for the front of my brow, and then I take the darker shade for the back of my brow, because you want the front of your brows to be a tad bit lighter than the rest of your brow so it doesn't look too harsh. And now I'm just going to blend it all together using that same spoolie brush. So this brush is my favorite to do my eyebrows with. I'm going to leave the name down below. It's from a company. I can't remember the company's name. And I'm going to take the Fawn concealer, the same concealer that I used for my highlight. It's about 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. And I'm going to use that to highlight underneath my brows. And then I'm going to blend it out. And as you notice, I did not use a lot of product for that at all. So I'm going to take my foundation and clean up the top of my brows. To be honest, you don't have to clean up the top of your brows. You can leave as is. Then I take a brow gel and just blend it all together again. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This was the final look, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Please thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Bye!